I won't say a waste of time, I don't know what that was, Of course, I wish all those plays connected, but, it's football. It's not going to be perfect all the time.
These are young players that you're so invested in their development, so I'll let the week play out and make a decision later on that.
Breaking news straight out of Cleveland. The Browns camp just got a whole lot louder after star receiver Jerry Jeudy broke his silence on the chaos surrounding the team's quarterback situation. Out of nowhere, Jeudy threw his full support behind Shedeur Sanders, putting head coach Kevin Stefanski on blast for how he's been handling things. Jeudy made it clear he's confused why the Browns keep hesitating to give Shedeur the starting spot, especially now that Joe Flacco's out of the picture. With the season already tense and fans on edge, Stefanski's refusal to lock Sanders in as QB1 has only made the drama explode even more.
Shedeur and Bailey have looked later.
I got a lot of trust with those guys. Those guys been here since OTAs and since minicamp. They've been doing their thing.
Jerry Jeudy didn't stop there. He doubled down, making sure everyone understood just how vital Shedeur Sanders has been since day one. Jeudy explained that Shedeur, along with Dylan Gabriel, has been locked in since OTAs, showing up early, grinding hard, and setting the tone for the locker room. He made it crystal clear that Shedeur's earned that respect. He's proven he can be trusted when the game's on the line and the pressure's real. Jeudy said when that moment finally comes, Sanders is going to show the world exactly why he deserves that starting spot. He's convinced Shedeur's got the full package, the talent, the drive, and the leadership to carry the Browns forward. When Mary Kay Cabot asked about Shedeur's confident comments about being ready to play, Jeudy didn't flinch. He backed him all the way. Instead of throwing shade, Jeudy turned it into praise, saying, "Shedeur's been studying the playbook, learning every detail, and mastering every snap like a true pro. He's done everything the coaches have demanded and more." That's why Jeudy sees nothing wrong with Shedeur saying he's ready, because when a player works like that, he's earned the right to speak with confidence.
He been doing a good job, just understanding the plays, doing whatever the coach asks for him, and he been doing a great job of just, being a pro and, doing what he need to do to be able to, once he get his chance, to take advantage of that. So, that's all we could ask for him to do. Once he get his opportunity, just take advantage of it.
But Jerry Jeudy ain't the only one speaking up for Shedeur Sanders. Myles Garrett's right there backing him too. The Browns' defensive leader gave major props to the young quarterback for his focus and grind. Garrett pointed out how Shedeur's commitment goes way beyond what's normal. He's that guy who shows up to the facility before sunrise and leaves long after everyone else has called it a day. And it doesn't stop there. Sanders even pulls up to the coaches' offices on his own, asking what more he can do to level up and separate himself from the rest.
A veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
The time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building. And, almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach and making sure that he's ready for this moment when he gets called up.
Myles Garrett didn't just give a quick shout-out. He made it clear he truly respects Shedeur Sanders for his grind and heart. Garrett said Sanders has earned every ounce of respect through pure effort and focus, proving he's built for this. He praised Shedeur's maturity, saying it's rare to see a young player handle pressure and expectations with that kind of calm confidence. According to Garrett, Shedeur's approach to the game shows discipline and commitment that deserves to be celebrated, not ignored. But even with all that love from team leaders, head coach Kevin Stefanski still refuses to hand him the reins. Stefanski keeps acting like playing Shedeur is some kind of risk, trying to convince everyone he's got things under control, but the locker room can see the hesitation. Week after week, his decisions seem more about playing it safe than letting talent shine. He keeps bringing up Shedeur's age like it's a problem, saying he's too young to handle the pressure. Yet he's handing reps to players like Quinshon Judkins, who didn't even get a full training camp under his belt. That's what's got people scratching their heads. If Judkins can get a shot despite the odds, why shouldn't Shedeur be trusted to do the same?
I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development. And, I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team.
Dan Orlovsky didn't hold back for a second. He came straight at Kevin Stefanski and the Browns front office with fire. He said it's flat out disappointing that Shedeur Sanders hasn't even been named QB2 yet, especially when there's zero real competition for that spot. Orlovsky questioned what the Browns are even doing, demanding answers from ownership about the so-called plan they hyped up before the season began. That plan was supposed to give both Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur a fair shot to prove themselves as the team's future. But now, it looks like management lost the plot completely. Orlovsky called them out for their confusing, inconsistent decisions, saying the team's direction feels like it's being made up on the fly. Dan Orlovsky didn't hold back for a second. He came straight at Kevin Stefanski and the Browns front office with fire. He said it's flat out disappointing that Shedeur Sanders hasn't even been named QB2 yet, especially when there's zero real competition for that spot. Orlovsky questioned what the Browns are even doing, demanding answers from ownership about the so-called plan they hyped up before the season began. That plan was supposed to give both Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur a fair shot to prove themselves as the team's future, but now it looks like management lost the plot completely. Orlovsky called them out for their confusing, inconsistent decisions, saying the team's direction feels like it's being made up on the fly.
If it's not Shedeur, I do think it's disappointing. I do think it's a question of why not? We've gone through this. Okay, Gabriel, if it's not Shedeur, because we know it's very much so pointing to the future in Cleveland, what's going on that Shedeur hasn't done enough or shown enough or displayed himself enough to be the backup quarterback in a season where we all know it's only about are any of those.
The pressure in Cleveland is boiling over as the Shedeur Sanders situation hits a breaking point. Fans and analysts are getting louder by the day, demanding that Kevin Stefanski stop stalling and finally make a move. Those backing Shedeur aren't asking for special treatment. They just want to see his talent unleashed. But if Stefanski keeps him glued to the sidelines, that failure won't fall on Shedeur. It'll land squarely on the Browns' shoulders for holding back a player who's done everything right. Frustration is growing fast, and the clock's ticking. If the Browns keep dragging this out, they'll be blamed for stunting Shedeur's career before it even takes off. The quarterback controversy has now become the center of attention in Cleveland, with both fans and analysts laser-focused on how the team handles it. Even with vocal support from stars like Jerry Jeudy and Myles Garrett, who've praised Sanders for his maturity, drive, and work ethic, Stefanski still refuses to pull the trigger and give him that QB1 shot. His hesitation is raising eyebrows all around the league. Shedeur's done everything asked of him. He shows up early, stays late, studies film, and plays like a guy born to lead. He's earned his teammates' trust and the fans' respect. Yet Stefanski keeps hiding behind excuses about youth and experience, while players like Quinshon Judkins, who barely had time to prepare, are already getting their opportunities. That's where things start to look real shaky. If the Browns can take chances on others, why not on the quarterback who's already proven he's ready? The tension is building fast, and the city can feel it. Fans want action, not another press conference full of excuses. The pressure on Stefanski is sky high, and everyone knows it. Because if this drags on, it won't just affect Shedeur's growth, it could wreck the team's chemistry and future. At this point, the Browns need to decide if they're serious about progress or if they're content with wasting potential. Shedeur Sanders has done his part. It's time for the franchise to do theirs. If they keep benching him, they risk losing more than a young quarterback. They risk their credibility as a team that claims to believe in player development. The ball's officially in Stefanski's court, and how he plays this moment could shape the Browns' future for years to come. So what's your take? Is Stefanski playing it too safe? Or is this straight-up stubbornness costing Cleveland its next big star? With the Raiders reportedly showing interest, could Shedeur's future be shifting sooner than anyone expects? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think.